Welcome to another episode of the Overburden No More podcast. This is episode number 90, and I'm so excited to be here with you today, especially as I'm going to give it a try to put my podcast up on YouTube. I'd like to add an element of video to the topics I'm sharing with you so we can make an even deeper connection. If you'd like to connect through eye contact, go follow me on the Hunky Dory channel and on YouTube if you'd like to connect that way. All right, I'd like to talk to you today about moments of luxury. What comes to your mind when you think of luxury? Extravagant vacations or expensive clothes? What about a long day at the spa? Now, I looked up the definition of luxury in a few places. When I Googled it, I found this definition: a state of great comfort and extravagant living, something desirable but costly or hard to get. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defined it this way: something adding to pleasure or comfort, but not absolutely necessary. Now, Deepak Chopra defined luxury as comforts and pleasures beyond what is needed for everyday living. But did you know that feelings of luxury don't have to cost anything? Luxury does not equal material wealth, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Here are a few examples of luxury that I decided would be luxurious for me. Flowers picked from your garden. How about a drop of oil in your bubble bath? Or a piece of chocolate enjoyed slowly in the middle of an ordinary day? Listening to a favorite song while sitting in a comfortable chair? When you allow yourself to feel moments of luxury, you are actually acknowledging your self-worth. When you believe you are valuable, you surround yourself with luxury. Now, what if you were to take a moment today to do something that feels luxurious to you? Did you know that you could actually look at listening to this podcast as a weekly time of luxury? Maybe listen with your feet up instead of while cleaning the sink. Perhaps you could listen as you take a short walk around your neighborhood. You can change the way you do the simple things, any simple thing in your life, and you can turn it into a moment of luxury. What is something that makes you feel like you are experiencing luxury, even if it happens in the middle of a busy day or at night? Like my first example is at night. I love to listen to the crickets on a summer night. What if you stopped long enough to watch the sunrise or a sunset? I love feeling the warmth of a summer day on my face. I love feeling the warmth of the sun on my face, even in the middle of winter, when you slow down and stop and let the sun hit your face long enough to get warm. Love that. I love picking vegetables from my garden or picking fruit off my trees. I love lighting a scented candle or using one of those lighters that you don't actually have to light the candle, but it heats up the oil in your lamp, in your light. It's pretty cool. I love watching a favorite old movie or singing at the top of my lungs in a warm shower. I really love painting with watercolors and watching those colors swirl together, and they form pools of the new color on the page of my journal. So pretty. If you begin to make it a habit to bring small moments of luxury into your life, it just changes the way you view your life. And the more you do this, the more you will begin to recognize yourself as a worthy person who is deserving of love and abundance. I'd like you to pause this podcast or video and write down, or at least think of 5 things you could do that would make you feel like you're experiencing a moment of luxury. Choose things that cost very little or nothing at all, but mean so much to you. Do you feel worthy of moments of simple luxury? This is a simple but important question to ask yourself. If the answer is no, there's personal work that needs to be done here. When you don't feel worth the small moment it takes to experience a simple luxury, burden can settle in there instead. Now, this would be an important question to ask yourself in your journaling practice. Write the question, do I feel worthy of taking a moment for a simple luxury, on a sticky note, and put it where you won't forget to write about this. I challenge you to write about this the next time you journal. If you don't currently have a journaling practice, I want to challenge you to start one. I've given you the first question you can write about, so you don't have to stare at a blank page. Take at least 10 uninterrupted moments to let whatever comes to your mind flow out from your mind into your pen and onto that page. I know from personal experience, you need to give yourself as much time as you can to get the real feelings out. They don't come out at the beginning when you start writing. If you just don't have the time, promise yourself that you'll show up for yourself the next day and write more. And then the next day and the next day, keep showing up for yourself and write about this question until you get everything out. Now, that may take a week of writing every day. It may take a month. If I was completely honest about some of the questions I ask myself in my journaling practice, I've written for a few years on certain topics before I felt like I had come to a good place about it. Now, that doesn't mean that I never wrote about anything else during that journaling time. I just let it come up as often as it did, and I let it work itself out. I know that it's not easy, but I also know that showing up for yourself in this way, day after day, not only helps you work out things that are weighing you down subconsciously, it also helps you to build the muscle to show up for you every day. That is what helps you build your feelings of self-worth. You show yourself that you're worth the time. Prove it to yourself by showing up for you even when you feel like you are too busy. Show yourself that you are never too busy to show up when you need someone to show up for you. You are created from love. To me, that means I was created by heavenly parents that loved me from the beginning of time. Knowing this has helped me to view myself worthy of love, especially from myself. Now, sure, it's nice when others show love to me, but when it doesn't start by loving myself, I usually will dismiss the show that others give me of their love. I will feel like it's not authentic because I don't love myself, so I don't believe them. And now I want you to see if you think that's true for yourself as well. You are cherished. You deserve all the good the world has to offer. When you view yourself in this way, you open yourself up for these moments of luxury. You might notice the deep colors of the sunset when you haven't seen them before. You may slow down when you go for a walk and begin to feel the peace that you feel. You may see the way your child looks at you instead of what they're asking you to help them with. Whenever you seek for luxury, you will find it. You will elevate the quality of your life. This is because the things you see around you will match the way you are viewing yourself from within. This is the greatest change I've felt as I've learned to love myself more. Give it a try and see what differences you begin to notice. Now, remember and notice that the things I've asked you to do today don't cost any money. Nothing more than a few dollars here and there anyway. True luxury has nothing to do with extravagant gifts or vacations, just elevating the everyday into moments that feel more luxurious. You are a treasure and worthy of abundance and luxury. Isn't that a wonderful thought? Thanks for joining me today. And remember, I see you. I understand how hard you're trying, and I'd like to help however I can. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here again next week. One more thing. If you enjoyed today's podcast, I'd like to ask you a favor. Will you share it with someone you love? Send them the link right from your phone. Tell them something new you learned from it and invite them to listen. Thanks for sharing it with them. I really appreciate it. The more people we can invite into feeling better about themselves and the lives that they are living, the more burdens we can lift together.